Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. Quite a lot of people doubt the fact that Nnamdi Kanu have the capacity to save the Southeasterners, especially judging from the fact that a lot has taken place in Southeast and the fact that he's in detention. Well, it looks like more of leaders from other parts of the country seem to believe more in Nnamdi Kanu having a final say in the fate of the Southeasterners. Before we go into the newspaper to find out exactly what other statesmen from other tribes in other parts of the country are telling Dibos to do to Nnamdi Kanu, to do the needful now, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Alright, let's go straight into the news. The leader of the Yoruba socio-cultural group, that's Afenifere Pa Ayo Adebanjo, has advised Igbo leaders not to antagonize Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Adebanjo said this in an exclusive interview with The Niche. According to the elder statesman, the Ipob, that's indigenous people of Biafran leader, committed no crime against the Nigerian state. Recall that Kanu was moved against in Kenya in June 2021 and brought back to Nigeria to continue his trial after he was forced to leave the country following military invasion of his home in Isiama, Faruku, Umuahia in 2017. Since his extradition, Kanu has been in custody of the Department of State Services, that's DSS. The federal government on Monday, January 17, filed a fresh 15-count terrorism charge against him, thereby increasing the count in initial charge bordering on terrorism and treasonable felony from 7 to 15. However, speaking in an interview, Adebanjo cautioned Igbo against alienating the indigenous people of Biafran leader. I quote him, "I have told Igbo leaders, do not antagonize the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB," he said. Though Pa Adebanjo said he has never met Kanu, he is of the opinion that the embattled indigenous people of Biafra, that's the leader, will be Igbo savior. I quote him, "I have never met Nnamdi Kanu, but I say don't antagonize him because he will be your, that's Igbo savior." Given the reason for his accession, Adebanjo, who was a prodigy of the late Shaggy Chief Obafemi Awolowo, said, "But for Nnamdi Kanu, but for Sunday Igboho, restructuring won't be in the front burner of discussions in the country today." Both of them brought the issue to the front burner. The 93-year-old Yoruba leader regrets that just when the issue of restructuring was gathering momentum, a bet of who will be the president was thrown to Ndibo, and an otherwise proud, intelligent people with all their education are allowing those he said have only primary school education to dribble them. Adebanjo said Ndibo don't know the assets they have in indigenous people of Biafra. If IPOB, that's indigenous people of Biafra, can mobilize the people and say don't go out, and in spite of the position of the governors, no one goes out, that is significant. Adebanjo, who insisted that the issue of mobilization was important because he does not trust the Fulani, said he is giving the same advice to the Yoruba. "I don't trust any Fulani man. And as I told Governor Akeredolu, it is all right for you to pass a resolution, but before that, rally your people. No restructuring, no election. Go and mobilize. That is where your weapon lies. Don't fight them with violence, because the Fulani are all over the country. They are in your village, and they are also in my village. All of them are armed. They will run over you. They will run over you. But we have one weapon which we can defeat them hands down, and that is civil disobedience. If we don't take part in this election, let Buhari go on." So I'm saying that is a difficult thing, but I'm happy they are saying it is difficult, not that it is impossible. If you cannot fight a difficult battle, then go and submit yourself to slavery. Adebanjo said it was wrong for Igbo leaders to beg President Muhammad Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. I quote him, "When they did that, I said, oh my God, I was ashamed. And to imagine that Bazulike Amechi led that delegation. Amechi was in the trenches with us when we were fighting against the colonialists. He was leading the NCNC youth group. We were in the action group. Now Ndibo went to beg Buhari, a Fulani reactionary, to release your people. What have your people done? All the fight we must do now is to mobilize our people. Buhari has all the power, he has the army, but we have our people. We don't want the 1999 constitution. We must change it. Then we will know where we are going." Just like some people said to me that Igboho is for secession and you are not for secession. I said to them, I am not for secession, but I don't oppose it. I don't oppose it. I don't believe that people should secede if we have a federal constitution. But if we fail to your tent, O Israel, we will be in Nigeria on the basis of equality, on agreed terms, no section lording it over the other. That is what will pay us. That is what we wish. But if it is a Nigeria with unity of the horse and the rider, where I will be the horse and some people will be the rider, no, it will not happen. This is where I stand. Wow, this is quite big and huge. You can imagine the standpoint of an elder statesman in Yoruba land, socio-cultural southwest. And he said, if born not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, born not for Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, that nobody will be talking about restructuring. He said they were the one that frontiered it. They were the forerunner of it all. They mentioned the fact that Nigeria seemed to be lopsided when it comes to the issue of justice, equity. Is something that is not a common phenomenon in Nigeria. They said quite a lot, and they brought their ideology, and they opened the eyes of quite a lot of persons who were not even looking at it in that perspective, and they gathered a lot of followers. And what came to his mind was the fact that when they say sit at home, despite the encouragement and the fact that the southeastern governors will say there's no such thing, the people sit at home. He said that is very significant. While others will say, whose savior is Nnamdi Kanu? He is the savior to only himself. While it looks like Adebanjo, having seen the huge, massive, mammoth followership that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have gathered so far over the years, he's making bold statements. Say, well, don't begin to antagonize this guy. This guy, born not for him, a lot of things wouldn't have been happening. Him and Sunday Igboho, and he said now that he felt that the Igbos are much more intelligent than this, only for him to see that the issue of Igbo presidency is now dangling between Biafra and Igbo president. A lot of things actually. Let's meet in that conversation. What's your take on what his views are? Of course, you are free to oppose if you think